Hello weirdos, welcome back to my channel. It's a little bit of a different location. Well, it's not a little bit, it's a very different location because I'm officially not living in a hotel anymore. I am at my family home right now, and so I figured I would take the opportunity to introduce you to my bookshelf. There's another one over there. Before I introduce you to my bookshelf, I wanted to do a little bit of a bookshelf reorganizing because currently it's all sorted in alphabetical order by title, and I don't really like that. I wanted to change it so it'd be more by subject, and I'm sorry if you hear any weird noises in the back. It's currently thundering, and also the lighting is very jerry-rigged because it's like almost 6 o'clock right now, p.m., so the sun's going down, so I'm being lit by a lamp above. I'm not really sure how the structure of this video is gonna go but we're gonna do it and see what happens. So I've already pulled some books off the shelf in prep for a different video. So I'm just going to be pulling my books off my shelf now. I'm gonna be putting them into piles by category, genres which I have lots of books in, like history. I'll be separating those into sub-genres based on time, period, and stuff like that. Let's get to pulling off my shelf. I guess I'll just kind of do the first shelf as an example and then give you progress updates as I go through. So, 1491, this is about Native Americans, so it's going to go in the Native American pile. 1858, about Abraham Lincoln / the Civil War, that's going in its own pile. Wow, one called Abraham Lincoln, going in the Abraham Lincoln pile. Oh my god, another one called Abraham Lincoln pile. What is this? Another Abraham Lincoln pile. First, non-Abraham Lincoln, Time Lords. That's going in the Doctor Who stuff. History of the Wife. That's going to go into my anthropology / sociology history stuff. I'm making these up as I go. Good morning, good night. This is going into, we'll possibly get the Spanish translation of category. Yay. Aztec and Maya, Native Americans. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is going to go into biographies. Children of Henry VIII, gonna go into my Tudor pile. Anne Frank Remembered, World War II. China, travel pile. Da Vinci Code, fiction pile. Divine Comedy, gonna go in my classics pile. Downton Abbey, movie / theater books. The Duchess, biography pile. Eleanor, biography. Emma, I Lost the Dust Jacket. Classics. Freedom, Civil War / Abraham Lincoln. Wanted to give an update. My first bookshelf is empty. Everything is in piles. I will show you the piles now. Here are all of my piles as of right now. Please pardon my room's messiness. Oh my gosh, it's raining. First pile. This pile is the movies and theater pile. This pile, TV show, movie. This show is just literally all of the DVDs I have. This is my Native American pile. This is my biography pile. This is my Abraham Lincoln / Civil War pile. This is my pile that Spanish specific stuff. This big pile is all my textbooks. This is my anthropology, sociology pile. This is my World War II pile, woman studies pile. This is my travel pile. This is my fiction pile, classics pile. This is my Tudor pile. This is my graphic novel pile. This is my religious pile. This is my more modern history pile. So those are all of my piles as of right now. Now I need to go work on pulling shit off of my second bookshelf. This is my second bookshelf. This is the bookshelf I've had the longest. It's got a lot of my childhood books on it. So, something I want to keep and give to my children eventually. So, I think this is where more of the authors are going to stick together type of pile. I guess I'm going to kind of do similar thing to what I did with my other bookshelf, which is just pull off the first row and sort of tell you what pile they're going to go in. So first, War of 1812, graphic novel pile. 2 Archie comics, graphic novel pile. 2 Doctor Who books, Doctor Who pile. / TV pile. It's mostly Doctor Who. Little Woman, classics pile. They're going to go in their own Gail Carson Levine and Shannon Hale piles. Because I'm pretty sure I have multiple of both of these authors. Or I might just put them in one pile, because they're basically twisted fairy tales. Christopher Paolini. They're going to go in the Christopher Paolini pile. Jonathan Stroud is getting his own pile, too. Jordan Steinbeck is going to go in, like, its own pile, too. Then we have the American Girl doll stuff, which I'm going to leave up here because it's where they've always been and probably will forever be. So all of my stuff regarding American Girls is going to be right here. Yeah. That's it with this bookshelf. I'll update you once I have this bookshelf done. Okay, so that was exhausting. It's also really hot in here. Oh, essentially this is empty except for these books, which I know I want to stay here because I don't want to take them all off. So how I'm planning on organizing it is kind of keeping this shelf to be more of my childhood books, more of my technical books, and stuff like that. But before we start putting books on the shelf, let me give you an update of my piles. The first pile is more technical in terms of life stuff. So you have cookbooks and sewing. Then we have the Jonathan Stroud and Christopher Paolini pile. I decided to lump them together because I like to read those books in tandem. Then we have the Series of Unfortunate Events pile. Then we have the Gail Carson Levine and Shannon Hale pile because they're basically twisted fairy tales. Next we have more of modern issues. And then we have my religious pile. Then we have graphic novels. Then we have miscellaneous history / I don't know where the frick to put it. Here we have my Tudor pile. And then here we have classics. Here we have miscellaneous fiction. Here we have travel stuff. And then here we have women's history. Here we have more technical stuff that has to deal with programming. Here we have my textbooks. Yay. Giant pile. Anthropology stuff. World War II stuff. Spanish / English stuff. DVDs. Right there. Then we have Native American stuff. Doctor Who / TV lore expansion. Here we have the Lincoln / Civil War section. And we have biographies. And then we have TV and musical info. On this shelf, I kind of want to keep it to be more of my childhood shelf. So I'm going to put more of my technical books on here. I'm going to start off with putting the Series of Unfortunate Events right up next to these guys. So I don't have all the Series of Unfortunate Events. I swear I had more. Metaphor for my life. The next thing that's going to go on this shelf is my Gail Carson Levine / Shannon Hale stuff. Now I'm going to put the Jonathan Stroud book. That way we leave extra room. Then next, going to this book, we're going to start with the Paolini stuff. I have 2 eldest's because this one is in English and this one's in Spanish. I think next on this shelf we're going to put religious book. Now that those are on, let's put these on because I know where I want these to go. I want these to go on the bottom shelf. Let's put my technical books up next. And then probably under this we're going to put textbooks. So I think next on the shelf is going to go are my travel books. As you can see, I've added some more books. I rearranged some things to where I put my travel books up here. I have my musicals and TV stuff here. And then I I moved my religious books down here to miscellaneous fiction books. And then there's just extra space on this bookshelf for more books at a later. So next, we're going to be doing this bookshelf. Yay! So first shelf is kind of obvious. It's going to be my Linked books. So let's start. I'm really putting them on in no particular order. Maybe I'll sort it by like Lincoln, then Civil War. We're going to do that. Again, I'm putting these in no particular order. If I have multiple books about the same person, like I do Theodore Roosevelt, I'm going to put them together. I think on the bottom shelf, we're going to put my classics and graphic novels. So let's do that right now. So I'm just going to start putting on my classics. Again, same sort of deal. I'm not going to put them in any particular order, but going to keep the stuff from the same authors together. Next, we're going to put the graphic novel stuff. So we're just going to start by putting more of the historical stuff on one side, the anime stuff kind of together. This is my one thing about Sherlock, so I'm going to keep it by itself, but in the same section. It means that all the Doctor Who stuff is going to stay together. Let's put the Spanish-ish stuff here. Let's put it over here, and let's try and fill in this gap. Why don't we put women's studies there? Wow, so these books are really old. There's still room. Let's put more modern stuff on here. So as you can see, I put my more modern stuff on here in no particular order, and then up here I put my Tudor collection, and then I put my World War II stuff, and then my anthropology books. This is the second bookshelf. As you can see, I didn't put any of my DVDs on here just because I don't really know if I want to put them on my bookshelf or keep them in a separate place. What I hope to do is next week do a bookshelf tour where I show you all of my books that are currently on my bookshelf. What I kind of would want to do is kind of do a series where I talk about each of these book categories. I'd like to kind of do a dedicated video so I could talk a little bit more in depth on the different books that I have. But thank you guys so much for watching me ramble on and dysfunctionally show you how I reorganized my bookshelf, and hopefully you got a little bit of a glimpse at some of the books that I have. Look forward to the bookshelf tour. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Tell me if you have any of these books, if there's a certain section or category that you need to talk about first. I think that's it. I'm